Here, Mike's Computer Tips, doing some unboxing, bought some parts from Amazon, and I'm going to open them up in a minute. I just want to get my fan on because it's a little hot here. Get the fan going in the background. Oh, this fan sounds like a truck. I think I better shut it off. That fan is just way too loud. I guess I'll do without it. I don't want to sound like a motor's going on in the background. That's usually what happens whenever I do a video. If I put my fan on, unless I use my other microphone, I hear all this loud noise. So without further ado, I'm going to check out what I purchased. And I got a nice box here. First thing I'm going to pull out is this here. External DVD CD drive. I always wanted a small one I could take with me on mobile jobs. So I ordered this one here, which looks kind of nice. And it even comes with a manual. It's, let me lower the camera. It's a nice unit here. It's Roy Das, that's the company. And it has even has a stand on the back where you kind of cool the cords there. Pull the cord out. It's got a little spot here. I thought that was a stand. Maybe it's not. Okay, but it's has a cord and it's a external DVD. Looks kind of nice. I'll plug it in later. In out, that's what it says. External ODD HD device. So, yeah, I believe it'll play DVDs and external DVD CD. Pop-up mobile external. So that's what's up with that. There it is. Comes in a little plastic pouch. Let's see what I got next on here. Next, I got a Pingpo antennas connectivity. This is Wi-Fi antenna. I needed to get one, so I also got that. Comes in a nice little pouch, nice little bag. And it has the two Wi-Fi antennas that go in the back of your desktop computer. It even bends. So you have that little bend. So if I'm testing somebody's wireless or downloading programs, I could just throw these in and get the wireless going. That's that. Pretty cool. That's Ping FU. That's pretty lightweight. It sure is lightweight. Now those things there, so far so good. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is what I really wanted, an M.2 hard drive enclosure. Orica M.2 hard drive enclosure. I believe I ordered the black one. I wanted black. Let me check it out. I know it comes with a USB. Nope, I just dropped the screws. And that's the cooling. This sits on the M.2 for cooling. Keep that over there. And basically, put your M.2 in there. I better read the directions. I don't want to break it before I even use it. But yeah, it's an M.2. And it comes with USB. So you can put an M.2 in here and boot to it or use it. Use it for external purposes. Even got a light on it, which is kind of cool. I'll read the directions later. I dropped the screws. Comes with a couple little screws, and those are to hold the M.2 into place. That's kind of neat. And what else do we got? Last but not least, a Crucial 500 gig M.2 hard drive. 500 gigabyte Go. PCIe NVMe M.2. Up to 3,500 megabytes per second. Read. So that's that. It's another M.2 drive. My collection, 500 gig. And then I have the box. I'm going to keep the box for shipping. I ship stuff out too. So that's that. I know I'll have to read the instructions on the enclosure. I hope that, yeah, they do have them in there. Just so I know how to open it up, because I got to put the drive in. Comes with these instructions here. I'll check them out later. One side's in Chinese, and one side's in English. And this is the side I use, how to use. So there it is. All my goodies. Kind of glad I got it. It was only 1 day shipping, so I was happy to get all that stuff. The unboxing. I should do more unboxing videos. Hey, SBA. I just did the unboxing of the parts that I received. I bought a Crucial M.2 drive, 500 gig, right here. Oh, okay. And then I'll go over it real quick with you again. And I bought an external DVD drive, a nice external drive. Got that. And I bought an M.2 enclosure. It comes with a USB. Here it is here. Put an M.2 in there and hook it up externally. And there was one other thing. Oh, yeah. And then I got this antennas for Wi-Fi. So I could test people's, if I want to download programs, if I'm working on a gaming system or a desktop and they have Wi-Fi, I could just throw these antennas on. We got Wi-Fi, 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Kind of cool, you know? So I got all that stuff and pretty happy about it. I was just saying, I know, right? This Crucial 500 NVMe M2 is going to really be good, you know? So those are 4 things I got today. And I'm very happy. Well, I got all that stuff. I was working on a laptop today. I had it all apart. This Dell laptop. My customer brought it to me this morning and said it didn't start. And push the button, lights would come on the keyboard, and then it would go off. And opened it up and did some testing and find out that the motherboard is bad. So it's nice when you can fix them, but on the older systems, if the motherboard is bad, it's not really worth fixing because you can get another one. Yeah, I bet. And I got my cooling pad from my M.2 also. It came with it. You know, those pads that sit on the hard drive to cool it. So I got that stuff today. I remember years ago I used to work for Dell. I got Dell certified in 2000 something. I forgot the exact year, but I worked for the company in Pennsylvania that did all the warranty work for Dell, you know. So I would go to UPS like every day and they would have a stack of boxes for me. And it would be, you know, new screens, new motherboards, RAM, or whatever for laptops, you know, or desktops. Yeah, so I did all these warranty, and I go to people's houses that bought the Dell warranty, and I would fix their computer. They were always glad, you know. So that's what I did for a while. I got Dell certified, and I got HP certified. I did a lot of HP work too. But then they stopped paying for the travel miles, so after a while they stopped doing that because people didn't want to drive all over the place, you know, because you had to drive a lot, and they wouldn't pay for the miles, so I stopped doing it after a while. But I got a lot of good experience, you know, installing different parts and everything, so it was pretty cool. You know, I'd call somebody and say, hey, you know, your parts are here to fix your computer. And I make a, you know, schedule an appointment and I go there. Yeah, so it was kind of neat. You know, I like doing that. And the pay was pretty good too. You know, Dell used to sell a lot of these laptops and a lot of desktops. That's when they were starting to get popular, Dell. You couldn't get them in the stores, you know. I don't know if you still can't get them in stores, but you used to go online to buy Dell. I bought my first Dell online, and I had a Dell Dimension. I remember I was real proud of that system. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I got some of these user manuals and stuff. Oh yeah, I hear you. This is this is for the USB. Okay, the drive. I have a Sony, but it's like really big. I don't even want to get up and get it. It's like, you know, like 3 times the size of this drive. It's a Sony, so you know, I'd rather have this one because it's smaller. And I could take it with me, you know, if I want, I could take it on mobile jobs. Hey Nancy, what's happening, Nancy the Scratcher? When are we gonna do when are you gonna do the interview? Just let me know when it's a good time, and we got to set something up so you can do the interview. That's my friend Nancy, and then SBA Electronics is here. Nancy is part of the Geo and You know, Be Amazing Sylvia and Pandy. She does all that too. Yeah, I was in there last night. I mean, what was it? Monday for Geo. Team Bill with Geo. Monday night. We had a nice crowd in there. And Thursday is the next one at Be Amazing Sylvia. So if you can make that one, get some videos over there and have some fun. So yeah, I got some more of my supplies here, which is good. Little by little, I'm getting more supplies in. There you go. Make a couple shorts, you know. You're good to go. It's about Apple and then always why different from Android. Okay, yeah, that's good. Scan with the transparent app to learn more. Download the transparent. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Tells you how to use this drive, you know, which I'm sure you don't need any software, but I'm going to plug it in. And use it sometime. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be right. So big shout out to Nancy. I'm losing my phone over here. I'm losing my phone. Okay, there it is. It was starting to come off though. It's still doing it. I might have to fix my phone. Hold on a second. It's trying to come off this mount here. Wasn't that tight? All right. Now I'm tightening it up. That was crazy. Oh, your adapter. Okay, yeah, that's good. You were telling me that. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I just turned around and I'm looking at my phone mount and it's coming off the table and I'm like, shoot, the phone's going nuts over here. Just trying to show you guys my stuff and kind of losing it. Maybe I'll keep the plastic on this thing. I don't know. It ain't gonna hurt anything. But the only thing I have to learn is about this other one. You know how to work this. That's the only thing I have to learn. And I have directions and stuff. Tells you how to open it. I'm telling you, SBA, it's crazy. 1 minute you're like nice and tight, but moving it around, I guess, just went nuts. I can't wait to use this because I want to put Windows 10 on here, and it's gonna like install them like so fast. Windows 10. Really can't wait to use this. It's gonna be like super fast with an M2 drive in it. It's really cool. Like a kid in a candy store. Gotta figure out how to open it up. The bottom's supposed to come off. Okay, that's what it is. This bottom piece comes off. And it slides out. I know, isn't that wild? Got the blue on the cables. Look, and then you put the drive in there and you just slide this thing on after you get the drive in. That is amazing. Yeah. I'm going to put a 256, probably like a 250 gig in here. I don't need nothing big. I could put a, yeah, exactly. It's got the different sizes and it will take whatever you put in there. I mean, a 128 would be fine. I don't really want to waste a 512 on it, but I will put maybe a, now I'll have to buy a 128 for it. I wonder how small they make M.2s. Do you have any idea how small they go? Maybe I could get a 64 M.2. I know they have 128s because this laptop here have 128. I'll either get a 128 M.2 or I'll get a smaller one if they do have it. Wow, that's amazing. I gotta check that out. If you find any kind of ad like that, let me know. I'm gonna be looking for. I'm definitely gonna be looking for something small. Yeah, and then you slide your sucker on, and well, 16 would even be better. Either one. Slide this sucker on, and you put this thing on the bottom, back on the bottom, and it's got, whoops, just dropped it. It's got the little connector here, and then the USB. So I guess it'll be tighter once I put the drive in and put the cooling pad on it and the screws. I gotta pick that piece up because I dropped it on the floor. Where the heck did that go? Can't lose that. I'm gonna have to search for it. So the metal acts as a thermal. Well, no, what cools it down is this thing here. I'll show you. It's like a little piece of something. I don't know. It's rubber or it's just like a thermal pad, and you take one plastic off it, and it's sticky, and then you just stick it to the drive, and this will conduct. This will go like on top of it, or on the bottom of it. Just yeah, it's like some kind of glue or whatever. Just it's sticky on both sides, so once you put it on, it's on there. You can take it off. And then I got 2 screws for it. And like you said, I mean, it's kind of adjustable, but I'm only going to put one size drive in there. I don't want to open this up because I just got it and I don't need it. So I'm not going to open, but hold on, I'm going to get it dry for a second. This is a 512, and I'm not going to use a 512, but just to show you. Yeah, this is a 512, brand new M.2 512, and it just Goes in there upside down. We stick it in there. Give me a hard time. Yeah, see? It goes in there like that. Yeah, I like to stay like real small. I don't have a whole lot of stuff, but and then I got the screw. I just screw it in there. I think that's what I dropped, the screw. I'm not sure. I'll find it. No, I didn't drop the screws, but I don't want to. You see what I mean? Then you just put it on like that. Take the plastic off and put it right over it. Yeah. The back piece is what fell off. And then it'll fit in there, Fit in there like that. And then I'll put the screw on there, and then I'll just put once you put this on there, it'll probably get really fat, so it'll keep it shut. See, it's already, once you put that in there, it gets a lot tighter. But that's how it is. I gotta find the bottom piece down. Yeah, I got two of them. I got two of them magnet things, actually. I got a big one and a small one that I use. But I didn't drop a screw. I dropped a little plastic that goes on the back. So I dropped a little plastic that goes on the bottom. Yeah. And it doesn't do anything, but still, I'll find it. It's on the floor. I just don't want to run it over with my chair, But remove this thing out of the way and feel around for it. That's the worst thing about having a carpet when you're doing computer stuff. You drop a... Where the heck did that thing go? It's really a weird thing. I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. Sure, it'll show up. You just don't want to... I just don't want to drop it where you'll run it over. Hey, how you doing, Kick? How's it going? I don't want to run it over. Oh, here it is. It's actually on my chair. It was on my chair. So I'll bring it over and stick it back in. Hello, Kick It with Alvin. I hear you, man. I drop stuff all the time. But, yeah, this thing goes in, and then you slide it and it locks. You slide it and it locks, so that's how that works. I was wondering how that worked. You slide it and it locks in. It's kind of cool. So that's that. I'm taking it apart because I'm going to put a small M2 in there. I'm not going to use my good one, the big one. So, yeah, those are all the toys for now. I thought I lost one of my USB flash drive, but it was on my chair and I was sitting on. Yeah, I do crazy stuff like that too. One time I left a bunch of tools at some guy's house, a customer in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and that's like, 40 minutes away or 30 minutes away, and I didn't even go back. I was like, no, it's too far to go back. If you want to mail it to me, you can. It was like some screwdrivers, little odds and ends, nothing expensive. So I was like, hey, if you want to mail it to me, great. And I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up, but I never did. It was just too far away. This guy had like $1,000 gaming system, and it wouldn't start. He's like, I don't know what happened. Like the other day, it was working fine, and today I go to start it, and it wouldn't start. So I'm over there, checking it out and everything. I'll never forget it. This is about maybe 4 years ago. I took out the RAM, and then I put the RAM back in, pushed the button, and started right up. You know, the RAM needed to be reseated. It had a bad connection. And he's like, oh my God, wow, you really did it, blah, 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 you're really good, this and that. And I guess he thought I wasn't going to charge him because I fixed it so fast. And I was like, no, I still have to charge you $40, because I reseated your memory. That's what I charge. So he says, oh, okay, he paid me the $40, but I'm thinking, just because he didn't know how to do it and I knew how to do it, if he knew what he was doing, there's no reason he would have called me, and I was able to fix it. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't you want to pay somebody if they fixed it? Even though whatever the case is, a RAM or whatever it is. But I had another customer probably within a mile from me, a real nice guy, and his computer wouldn't start at all. And I went over there and I had it going in like 15 minutes. He's like, oh my God, that was so fast, blah, blah, blah. But, he was a good guy. He paid me good money. But he actually recommended me to a couple people. And I got some more customers from him, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I got these four things, so I'm happy. Next thing, what I'm going to buy next is I'm going to buy a couple of 1 terabyte SSD hard drives. And I'm going to buy a 1 terabyte M.2 hard drive. It's not going to be it probably won't be the top of the line like Samsung or something, but it will be, a decent M.2, like one terabyte, maybe $37 they cost. It's better than the $60 to get a Samsung. But you know what? I don't know if you noticed, but Samsung at their website, they have a thing that you could. I heard that Samsung. Yeah, a lot of them are breaking. That's what I was going to tell you about them. Is that a lot of those 980s SSDs, the M2s and stuff, the fast M2s. What's happening is that they're breaking because the firmware is from like 2 years ago, and people are installing them without updating the firmware. And they have on their website, they have an update for their firmware, and you're supposed to update it. And if you buy them and they're from like Taiwan from like 2 years ago or something, you have to update them, and people don't know that. They just put them in and they go bad. And once they go to the read area where they will only read, you can never fix it again. You have to do the firmware before anything happens to the drive, because a lot of times people will install them, the M.2s, and they won't even be recognized, because something's wrong with them. The firmware is so old that it just won't, the motherboard or something won't recognize it. So that's something I learned yesterday. But I don't buy Samsung unless somebody specifically says they want a Samsung. I mean, it's going to cost more money. I like the other ones. They're a little cheaper, but they're good too, The only way I find that I can get hard drives for a lower price is you got to buy a lot of them. Oh, Western Digital Black, 2 terabyte. Yeah, I see the ads for them all the time. And they're nice. They're real nice. They're expensive too. Those are like really high price. Yeah. Some of the Western Digital SSDs, SATAs are not too bad. But the M.2, the black, the 2 terabyte, yeah, the prices are high on those. I'm sure it's a very good drive, but I can't afford that kind of stuff because I got to get the customer to pay for the drive and then pay me for labor. And a lot of times, unless they want to pay good money, because I got to put out money. I usually tell them to give me the money up front, but nobody ever told me like. I mean, sometimes people will say what brand you're putting in, but most people they don't really know or they don't really care as long as you just put another hard drive in if they need it. But I just try to buy the ones I can afford. I don't buy fancy ones unless like this one was on sale. This Crucial one was like 27, but it's only a 512. But 512 is good too. I mean a 500. 500s are good too. If you don't save a lot of stuff, 500 is great. Even a 256, if you don't do too much on the internet, then you're okay. Actually, in my other computer, in my big computer, I have a Crucial SSD 500, and that's a really good drive. It's probably as good as this M2. Crucial makes good drives, but the higher ones are more expensive. Yeah, the higher ones are like 150 or something like that. So I just like buy what I can afford. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a really small M.2 because my friend was showing me a drive. A buddy of mine, I don't know if I told you, but he has a computer shop, and he was telling me, he says, Mike, I got, oh yeah, that's good because that costs a lot of money, the 4 terabyte. I'm glad it works. Well, another thing is, if it didn't work, I was going to tell you to call the company up, and if you give them the serial number, usually they'll send you a new one because there's a guarantee on those. I know um, Western Digital does that. It doesn't really matter like how old the drive is, as long as it's their drive. Usually they'll replace it. My friend buys a lot of them, and he says you just call them up. I'm like, that's great. If I find a drive in the street, I'll just say, hey, the drive is broken. He's like, yeah, you can do that if you want, but yeah. But also, if you pay for another warranty too, I usually don't pay for the extra warranty because I mean the ones I'm buying are cheap. But if that drive didn't work, I would say call them up, and you could definitely 99% of the time they'll probably replace it for you. You won't have a problem. I know the manufacturer, like Western Digital, they always stood behind the SATAs, the big 3.5s. So, as long as you kept your papers and proved that you bought it, like had your receipt within like a few years, I think that they would honor it because but now the M.2s, a lot of them are only warranting them for a few years. You have to look at the warranty before you buy the drives because they're probably all different. But if the drive is broken, it doesn't work, I think you can get a new one. Oh, silicone power. I've heard of those before. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of them. They're just, I think they're in California or something. Maybe Silicon Valley. That's where they got the name from. They're probably out of California. Most of the drives are made in like Taiwan and like China, Japan, I think. When I was younger, the drives were made in like really poor countries. And, but now they're made like, you know, prices are really going down. And I'm hoping they continue because the M.2s are still pretty expensive. I'm hoping like the 1 terabytes start going down a little bit and M.2s, start going down in price. I know if I bought quantity, I would get a little better price, but I just don't have the money to buy. Like my friend buys like 20 at a time. He's got a big computer shop and he can do that, but I can't buy 20. I might buy like two or three of them. Right. Oh, Russia. Okay. Yeah, you can check it out. I mean, the thing is too, my friend was telling me, like, when you buy a drive, um, look at the right speed of the Samsung and, advertisement and look at the no name or, not so popular name. And a lot of times the speed is almost the same. It's if it's close to it, then you're okay. You don't want to get something that's too slow, but as long as it's in the three something and above, or like five something, that'll be enough. That'll be fast enough. I just try to not to buy the Samsung because it's just too much money, and SanDisks are expensive. Yeah, you have to check out the specs on it. Because you'll be surprised. A lot of these drives are just on a different company for less money, and you're not buying the brand name, but it's still a good drive. I buy these like oddball names, and I've never had any complaints. Nobody ever called me or said, "Hey, my computer hard drive died" or something. Every drive I put in has been lasting. Knock on wood. Yeah, but yeah, you just have to look around. You'll find a good deal. That's what I'm going to buy next is a couple more not right now because I just bought this other stuff, but when I can afford it, I'm going to get a couple of 1 terabytes and a really small one. Oh yeah, that company I think is a scam. I don't know. I always see them and I always see that other company starts with a T, and I think that's a scam because they're selling their stuff for really low prices, and I don't trust those people. That company and one other one. You'll see like a 1 terabyte for like, yeah, 10. That's got to be a scam, right? Because I always see them and their prices are like it's like $6 for a 1 terabyte. Buy 10 of them, and I'm like, this has got to be a scam. I ordered something from them and I just click refund because I didn't trust them. What happened was after I ordered, they raised the prices or something. They raised my price. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I believe that because I bought a couple of things from them, and as soon as it went through and it said congratulations, it was like triple the price that they said it was. So I canceled the order. I did that like two times and never again. So yeah, the Ally Express and that TeamView thing, I think both of them are some kind of scam. They're always trying to compete with everybody else, but they always raise the price once the stuff gets there into your into your what's it called where you buy it, check out. I'm like, $28. It said $6 or $8. I'm like, no, forget it, And I just like cancel it out. Hey, new old, how's it going? Welcome. Good, I'm glad they are. I hope the FBI does something about them. They really should. Trying to go scamming people. That ain't cool. Oh, I need more room now. I got too much stuff. I need a whole new room. I got stuff everywhere. Hey, new. We're just talking about hard drives and things like that, and speeds of hard drive. Mostly computers, yeah. Whatever you want, but mostly computers. We're computer geeks here. This is the geek room. Guys that like computers, Hey, some people like motorcycles. I do too, but I don't have anymore. I used to ride them. Some people like cars. Some people like watching movies, Everybody got their hobbies and businesses and things they like to do. Oh, good. What kind of laptop you got? Oh, I have a program or I did some setup on my phone where it's connected to my computer. You can really, you can get it at the store. I forget what it's called. But yeah, I had one of them things set up on my other one. I think it's set up on this one too. I haven't checked. But my other phone had it set up where you can access your desktop and everything like that. You can go into your computer right from your phone. Yeah, that's pretty common now. It's pretty cool. I think I only used it like once, but it was just cool knowing I had it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is kind of neat. Especially if you want to change files around and switch things around or whatever. You can do that. Yep, sounds great. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, this drive is going to go on my shelf with all my other stuff. I'll keep the box, but the drive is going up on the shelf. Now I'll probably sell my other one, my Sony, since I have this one. Sell my Sony DVD-RW. It's really reliable and good, but it's like this big. It's heavy. Excuse me. Yep. So that's that. Can't wait to use my enclosure. That's going to be cool. I'm going to put Windows 10 on it. And if I ever get another one, I'll put Windows 11 on that one. I'm going to be like the guy with the fast enclosure. I'm going to be the cool guy in the neighborhood. Windows 11 is good, but I install 10 most of the time. But if the computer's fast enough and they want 11, I find that 11, you can get more blue screens with 11. If they don't have any problems, I'll install 11. But if you want to upgrade, people want to upgrade from 7 or to 10. I never try to put 11 on because the old hardware, it doesn't really want to run Windows 11. On a new computer, I can understand Windows 11. I would put that on. But a lot of people want to upgrade to Windows 10 or Windows 11. And when you go to do your updates, it's going to say your computer is not compatible with Windows 11. Then you have to go back to 10. And it's really the motherboard issue. The motherboard is just too old for Windows 11. So there's really nothing you can do if it's an older system. You got to stay with 10. Yeah. What is Tiny 11? Oh, I heard something like that. Yeah, but I mean, Windows 11 is good and everything. I have nothing against it. Gotcha. Hey, Brandon. Well, if I can get a key for it, then I'll install it. Is it good for gaming systems too? Because if I could find a you know legitimate key, I always buy my key codes. When I install them. Hey, Brandon, welcome. Yeah, that bloatware is a pain. I know how to get it off, most of it off, but it is a pain. Sure is. It's getting hot in here. I have to fan myself. I wonder where 351 is. He's probably working now. Okay, gotcha. Well, I always go into Device Manager and I just disable all the apps in there. And then I'll go to Startup, I'll go to Processes, and if an app is using too much, I'll just end task on it. I do a bunch of different things in Windows to make it work better. But it's just a pain when you have an older system and you get a lot of blue screens. You know, New stuff. My friend had a 28 gig video card. Yeah, he can run 11, no problem. It's like a, you know, $1,700 video card in his computer. And the computer I built for him, and the computer is like, um, the whole computer is like $3,000 invested into it, you know. And sure, you can run Windows. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's like $1,700. That video card is giant. It's an AMD, and it's like 28 gigs. I was like, dude, man, what are you trying to do? Like take over the neighborhood or something? He says, oh, I just want to get the most out of my computer when I'm doing games. So I'm like, yeah, you're gonna get it. 28 gig video, and it's so big. I had to take like the front fan out. It was just like so long, but it fit. It's got 3 fans on it. I'm telling you, the electric bill is probably going to go sky high. But he wanted it. I told him, I said, now all you got to do is you got 16 gigs of RAM. Now you got to let me upgrade it to 32. You already got 16. Or I think he's got 32. No, he's got 16, I believe. This guy's got everything on his computer. I mean, everything just about. The video card, the Asus motherboard. He's got really nice stuff on his computer. But he just wants it to be really, really good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's either got 32 or 16, but he can go up higher. Whatever he's got, I forgot what it is, but he can go up higher if he wanted to. He just looks for the most expensive parts. And I told him, if you let me pick out the parts or help you pick out the parts, you know, it would have been better. I mean, the motherboard he bought was real nice. It was an Asus motherboard, but it was an older Asus motherboard, and the new ones have a button on the back of them, on the back of the computer, where you can update your BIOS. You can flash your BIOS just by pushing a button. Oh yeah, he's just like playing everything. He probably dims the lights in the whole neighborhood, but I know he plays all these games and stuff. Yeah, in the back. Well, the one he bought didn't have that, and he had the best CPU. He had an i9. He had an um, AMD 9 in there. It's like, $1,200 CPU we put in there. So he had like a lot between the CPU and the processor alone. He had like $3,000 right there, in money that he spent. So he had even more money in the other stuff. But he could have got the updated motherboard. Well, we had to do a BIOS flash in order to update it so it would work. But we got it to work, and he's happy with it. Yeah, that's good. All the later ones have that. You don't have to pull the battery out. You don't have to do any of that. You know, yeah, that's a cool thing to have. Now, if I ever I'm trying to sell my one of my big computers over here behind me. I have the Studio XPS, the big Dell tower. If I can get like 400 for that, I'm probably going to put together something. Nothing too crazy, but maybe just build a small system or just buy some parts. I don't know, because I already have 3 active computers and I only need like 2. I use the other one if I want to do like cool editing. I'll use the big one. If I just want to mess around, and I use this other one. So I don't really need this giant one behind me, because I have 2 of these guys, 2 of those XPSs. And as you see, my workbench is like cluttered. I have no room to do anything. I really got to get more. Every time I get organized, I got to get organized again. Yeah, that thing is heavy. I mean, it's giant. I'm trying to sell that one, but I don't want to ship it. That's why I'm selling it local, because it's just too heavy to be trying to ship it. Yep, it's like a little country. It's like, where it's like Europe. I got a computer it's the size of Europe. No, I mean it's real big. So, and I got 2 of them, and I put a 4 gig video card in that one there, and it's good enough for somebody that wants to play games. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, SSD. It's got an i7 Intel, an older i7, but it's still an i7. You can play games and stuff. So it will play games. It's just an older computer. you know. And I just want to get some of this stuff out of here. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I'm trying to sell it online. I got it in Marketplace. I got it in Craigslist. Um, I also have a new Gateway computer I'm selling, brand new. It's a laptop. It's got it's a really nice one, new one for 200. Yeah, me too. And I got my fingers crossed. Hope somebody buys it. I got a couple printers on the floor I'm trying to sell. That's pretty much it. And new laptop. It's over there, the laptop. It's brand new. It's got a SSD, and it's got a Ryzen 3. 250 is pretty good. So I'm hoping too. I'm hoping someone buys it. Yes, sir. I'm gonna turn off this other computer. It's just sitting on here. I'm not. Did you check out the Amazon? Yeah, they have some deals, but I don't think they have any. I don't know. Do they have like computer deals? I just saw they were talking about running all these specials. The only thing I saw was deals on other stuff. They were saying they were going to be doing all these deals. Yeah, I'm going to go on there once I finish the live stream. I want to see what else they got. Check, put stuff on my. Yeah, I definitely got to look. Put stuff on my Christmas list, my wish list. I want to get some laptop memory too, but that's going to be down the road. People need their laptop upgraded. Getting a portable monitor. Oh, I see. Yeah, monitors are kind of cheap, even if you get a used one. Unless you want a one that has the curved screen, they got those for like usually on sale for like 200. Oh, that's okay. You know how I am when I start typing. This new Samsung phone goes nuts. Starts putting all kinds of crazy stuff in. But I'll probably talk to you on email if you email me, or I'll email you back. Um, we can talk on there and stuff because I'm going to get off here now. Um, oh, okay. So I am going to end the live stream, and thanks for everyone for coming. Yeah, email me later, if you ain't doing anything. All right, talk to everybody later. Bye.